Hello and welcome back to City Skylines and the city of Doverton. So here we are approaching our airport that we've been putting in the last 3 episodes. Our big intercontinental airport down there. Lots of congestion in the sky, we've got a few other planes dotted around at the moment. Anyway, when I left it there, the airport wasn't making us much money. Actually, it was still losing us money, even with the airline form. But after I finished it last time, I found this, 3,465 passengers, and look how much money it's making us. That's an income of 230,976. So much money, even with that, still 160,000, 170,000. That profit is decent. Between that and the university, we're absolutely raking it in. Total moolah. At the moment, we're not doing quite as well as that, but we're still making decent money. So anyway, I'll be leaving this aeroplane here as soon as it sort of docks, as soon as it reaches this gate, and as I promised, we'll move on to something different. Not totally airport related, but what we can probably do is start getting in some more tourists to use our airport to try and push up the numbers, because imagine if we got those up to 5,000 a week. That'd be so much money. So yes, I've been thinking to try and get more tourists into the city. To do that, Lord Cherpwicks Castle seems like an impressive castle. It seems like an impressive way for us to try and increase our tourism potential. So the global entertainment value of 100 and it increases attractive sort of buildings by 25%. It should hopefully attract more people to the city. I know I could also use the space elevator, which is now unlocked, which will bring more people in. But I want the people to come in through the airport, so the space elevator will wait for another episode. To do that, you need to build a few of those ones in. And we have this area down here, the keys, which I was developing 10 episodes, 15 episodes ago. We got our fun park in, but we didn't get any further than that. So I'm going to put a bit of residential into this bit, then some tourism commercial, and then we can have a few of the unique buildings, because down here I want to pop in our viewing tower, wherever it is and whatever it's called. That's the one. The observation tower, because nice and tall, and I think down the end will be a nice place for it. So that's my plan. I'm going to get these roads sorted out. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I think I finished up this peninsula now. So here we have our observation tower on the end. I think it's looking gorgeous. We'll try and zoom in and get a decent view of it. That's not a decent view. That's the same view. Let's go for a bit of a matrix spinny roundy. There we go. Got the busy port and then the whole busy peninsula going on down the end there. That will give you some spectacular views over our coastline. There we go. That's a good bit of matrix spin going on there. Ooh, undizzying back the other way. Look at it there, just dominating that poor lighthouse. Bigger than you. Anyway, so coming in, I was going to put in lots of commercial tourism down here, but we've just not really had any commercial demand. So instead I popped in a few of these unique buildings. We've got the driving range, so people can come down and they can just smack their golf balls into the sea. Bonus points if you can hit the ferries on the line down here. Just to imagine this wall here at the back isn't there. Because let's be honest, that would be just a good try. It wouldn't be good for the environment, smashing all the golf balls into the sea, but never let that get in the way of a good time. There we go, good environmental credentials there from me. But I popped in a few, so we've got a few hotels popping in along here and stuff. And then got hot air balloon tours and stuff, and a few trees. So got a few other touristy things coming in along here. So if you don't want to go up the tower, you can drift around. Don't know where our hot air balloon's got off to. Hopefully he's around somewhere. I mean, of course he'll be around somewhere. We've also got a Cherpa balloon around somewhere too. Where is a mystery though. Oh, was that? No, it's probably just a rock. Maybe he'd be further in. Oh well, let's zoom back in. This is where we are. So you've got those, and then you've got some residential. So if we click on here, you can see we have a bit of everything going on, and then a nice little bus line running up the end. So that's got this area finished. Now I was going to develop this island down here as like a hotel island, but as we're missing commercial demand at the moment, we'll leave that for a moment. We'll look at that typical city is on fire. Anyway, leaving that fire to burn, as most of our city does, I thought we'd come over here to Lord Cherpwicks' old family castle, the ancestral homeland, or home of the Cherpwicks. So if we zoom out of here, what I'm thinking is, this will be vaguely the location of another little town, maybe around here. Should be more touristy sort of centric. And then when we unlock Cherpwicks Castle, that'll come up here somewhere. So that's what I'm going to start doing now. I'm going to start popping that in. It'll be connected up with trains and roads through over here and stuff. So there'll be a few options coming up. Let's get that started. Okay, so we have the start of our area. So I put in the academic library up here because I think it looks quite grand, quite cool. So this would be quite a nice area. We've got like the ruined castle at the top, and then we have like the old town coming on down here. So it's a nice central palatial building, and then a clock tower. It's like the main road coming out. So it'd be quite a cool approach coming in. And then off over here we have some old buildings. Come up, we've got the nice road down off over there, and they're putting one of these cool bridges in over here. So as we approach, we come under the nice old stone bridge, old town around you, coming into the area. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to copy and paste this building a few times. I think actually having a larger old town, so maybe another one, maybe one this side, a couple more coming this way, some over this side and stuff, and a few higgledy-piggledy things all over the place. And then I have a train station down the bottom, which I can link in, and then we're going to start putting in some commercial and lots of housing. So I'll come back with that shortly, and it'll all be ready. Okay, so we have a start of our town. Of course, it's all gridded out, it's done very simply. So if we zoom back in, this is where we were last time with our Old Town Street, Bell Tower, and academic library and stuff. And as I said, I'd copy and paste a few over, which I've done many times. I think they look quite nice, sort of all in together. It'd be nice to have a bit more variation on these names on top and advertising hoardings and stuff. But it looks quite neat and tidy, I think. Well, I say neat and tidy. It looks like a nice old town. I can imagine strolling up and down, finding like a beer, sitting at a cafe sort of thing, or a restaurant. It feels quite Germanic or Bavarian, or maybe sort of like Prague or something. We sat having like a pork knuckle or some big porky meal with cabbage and gravy. And then I thought I'd put another prescient office in over here, because that would look nicely on the edge. And then going around the outside, I popped in this avenue And on one side we have lots of parks and stuff. Well, both sides we've got a few parks and stuff, and trees on the other. And I sort of imagine this to be like the old town wall being in this sort of area. So this sort of goes around the edge, sort of pens it all in, and then we've got like this nice sort of green area for people to come wander around the old town and stuff and enjoy just being in the sun and relaxing. And then we've got all the zoning areas that can come in around the outside. So zoning is what I'm going to go do now, I think. So I'll unpause it. I'm going to pop a district over here. One big district. And there we go. Lovely jubbly. So in here, this is going to be tourism. Believe it that one. Tourism on there. And then because we're being clean and green around here, we'll pop on the eco-friendly, self-sufficient buildings. There we go. There we go indeed. So now all the zoning will happen. I'll be back in a bit when that's all sorted. So I imagine it's been quite a nice little area, so we're going to put some elder care in. I say nice areas, I feel like there's going to be an awful lot of people who would try and come this way to retire. So pop one of those in over there. It's got gymnasiums. This is what we want. Some yoga gardens. I'll dot these all over the place. This will make people nice and happy. Do. So put one over there. I'll pop one in down here as well. Actually, we have a long gap, which is this one. Pop you in there. It's a bit of yoga. And then we go have some death care. Put one over that side. One over this side. We're going to need some more water in a moment. Chuck that in a moment. And do a big firehouse down over here. We always need lots of that. And a police station. That will come in. We'll do one of those, I think, next to the train station. There we go. Schools. Definitely need some of this action going on. Putting a couple of these small little primary schools all over the place. They look gorgeous. And I'm going to leave that for now, but we might try and squeeze in one of these central elementaries, because they just fit in these blocks lovely. So that's just going to come in over here. We'll carry it on out over this way a bit. And then we need a high school. Fits in like a glove. Pop it there, that should cover a lot of the area. I suppose the other thing we need, I don't necessarily need, but would be good, would be a library. So I'll just pop that in down over there. Down near where our education goes on. Good to centralise all of it, I suppose. Okay, so that will do for now. Water was what I was thinking I need, well, what is needed. Okay, so that area's done. What I'm going to do now is to see what's going on. Cool. I'll get the zoom right eventually. So that's all filling in slowly, little bit by little bit, building up. But this train line here needs connecting up. It's going to go, I'm going to have it so it comes down over here with one line, and it'll also branch off and join in over here too. And then this one will go up towards the airport and towards maybe other areas in the future. Hence I put in the big station. With that in mind, let's get that sorted. Okay, so as we can see, I've got the train line set up. So coming out this way, we go all the way up. We've got all the way coming up to the airport. And then out the other way from the train station, we come down this way, one line into our stop, our new Swan residence, so we can have the trains coming from the airport down to our airport headquarters, and the other one will join here, and they can go back round on the Tomato line, or Tomato Central. So that's all very good. Now I had started this bit a little bit earlier because, well, one, I was making a load of money because my airport had 4,700 people coming through a week, and that was turning them lots of money, and I was getting very excited. So I showed you that, I showed you the trains. I thought these trains are very popular, well, I say fairly popular now. I might have to put another one on there, but we've already got enough, more people there than, well, as many people the next train. So that will go up to 6 people, 6 trains. There we go. And I've gone for a nice fetching red colour for these trains so that it clashes with the pink trains on the other airport line. So these trains going to Tomato Central aren't very popular at all. You get 5 people, there's no one coming out, the other one's got 1 on there. It's but it's fine. It's sort of filling up a service. Then in here, this is all sort of filling out now. Got a few bus routes coming around here. So we have the old town over here which we put in, which I like this sort of angle, if I can do it right. Looks lovely. Got the nice clock tower, and you can probably already tell we have Lord Cherpwicks Castle popped in. So as I say, I was looking at the airport and I started this next introduction, and then I started building this, and then the game crashed. I lost the recording crashed. The game was fine. Anyway, this is Lord Cherpwicks Castle. He's got it on a nice sort of cliff. I'll zoom out a bit so we get better views. Oh, there we go. Look at these nice spires. A little bit like a Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria. That looks lovely. So, Lord Cherpwick can sit there and he can survey his town and stuff. That's all looking lovely. I like that. Because the road's going around there. But I know what you're saying. I was still short on a couple of the unique buildings. The statue of Colossus. I'm struggling with words. Ooh, and we zoomed in. I'm struggling with camera controls. It's getting a bit jumpy. But what I did, we had the 2 water ones. That was the Sea Fortress and the statue of Colossus. Yeah. So I just dropped them in down here for now, because this is going to become another little tour site. Oh, I had a nice little rock formation over here. That's quite cool. But I thought this would become a nice little sort of touristy area, and these would sort of fit in somewhere around here. But we have over here, we now have Lord Cherpwicks Castle, we've seen. We've got a few of these ships turning up with lots of people on them, which is nice. More people coming is good. Get everyone in. I like having a few tourists join. So, yeah. How many people are coming through the airport at the moment? We're making a bit of money. I doubt we're back at the 4,000 people coming through like it was. No, just 2,000. But it's still making us a nice, tidy profit. Between that and the university, so that's where my money making is. They're the bankers at the moment. So anyway, here we have it, Lord Cherpwicks Castle, really helping with the tourism at the moment. So at the start of the episode, the number of weekly tourists come to the city was about 3,800 to 3,900. We're currently at 4,100, 4,200 sort of area. Sometimes I've seen it sort of scraping up to just below the 4,300. Just making a little bit of a boost, which is nice, which is good. So I think this area is sorted out. Oh, come off that so we can look at this. And what I'm going to do now is, well, what am I going to do now? Yes, so what to do next indeed. So looking at this has just quickly popped up. Our university is getting pretty full, but we can ignore that for now because that's not what to do. We are focusing on boosting tourism, which I think means these two here, the Sea Fortress and the Statue of Colossus. Don't know why I'm struggling with the word Colossus when you put the word statue in front of it. Like I can say Colossus, but Statue of Colossus I am struggling with. Anyway, this area will need finishing up. What I think I'm going to do is connect up to this beautiful little junction over here. Look at this beauty. Anyway, yep, this is where, so this will be quickly now, so I'll bring a bridge over to here and we'll have a nice hotel-y touristy area, and these will be positioned in nice areas. Okay, let's get that one started. One thing I do want over here is a ferry terminal, so I think I might just pop one of these in over here. And then if I bring, say, this road out this way, sure, this will fit in. Well, maybe if I use move it. Cool, I quite like that. It looks like it's sort of guarding the harbour, which has been growing up with that. The sea castle will have to go somewhere else at the moment. Anyway, I think that's all looking good for the moment, so I will carry on and get a bit more of these sorts out. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so here we are at our island we just built. We still got some residual lumpy water from the pausing while we built it all and stuff. But I think this row of hotels along the frontier looks quite cool. Be a very swanky place to come and stay. You come, oh, I try and get this camera control better. Come walk along this frontier. Be lovely. Got some parks in there. Look at all that. Oh, I'll try to get that mouse out of the way. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with how that's all looking. So we have the big hotels down the front. Some lovely luncheon piers and stuff going on. The wobbly water, that should die down soon.
And then in behind we just have a row of hotels and clubs and restaurants and stuff. Some other commercial area buildings with a commercial tourism area building. I named this area Fiddler's Island, which is the pub that I went past the other day. I thought it was a very funny name, if a little inappropriate maybe, but oh well. I still like that. We've got lots of other sort of little tourist buildings, like the skate parks, and we've got this here that we'll be building up with more commercial zone and botanic gardens. We have a ferry line set up going to the harbour and a bus line going round here up towards the metro stop up here. Over here pops in a line of offices. We needed some more industrial going on, so a few offices in this area in between the motorway and the train line, because let's be honest, that area will be pretty damn noisy and won't be very comfortable for living in, and wouldn't really be a great place to put a hotel. Maybe one of those budget ones you get in cities where they just wedge it in places and you just have to deal with motorway noises all night, aeroplanes landing overhead and stuff, and trains in this situation too. But I thought a few offices, as long as you're not doing an important business meeting or something, it'll be fine for a bit of office space with like some small commercial buildings and stuff. So that's looking quite nice. And then what I'm thinking is, in this bit of land over here, I'll pop some fish farms and like some fish factories and fish markets and stuff. They could get a little bit of a tourist boost going on. I think that'll sort of work in this touristy area. And then a bit of residential over here, a bit of commercial and stuff. And the sea fortress will move over here and will be defending the entrance to the cove to this area. I think that will look quite cool. So that's what the plan is for now. And I think this is all looking quite good so far. So I'll just start dropping in a few roads quickly.
So I'm going to keep using bike lanes down that main road in the middle to give them nice access, and then we're going to grid out along here and a bit of smoothification so we can get all the zoning sorted, and the sea fortress will fit nicely on the end of here with a bit of jiggery pokery and land manipulation and so on. But there we go. Lots of area there for zoning to start coming in. So there's a bit more smoothie, and then we'll consider about getting some zonage in once we have it all ready for the square zoning. There we go. That'll be nice. Okay, so I'm going to upgrade these trees to palm trees, and then it might look quite nice with the coastline around the edge. And then we'll just put the pipes in for the water for everything.
Okay, so we've got this area started up. We've got a couple of fish farms sort of set up along here, along the waterfront. We've got a few fish factories and the fish market, so hopefully we can start getting some tourists coming in this way. And then over here we started off with just a bit of commercial and some housing. But I was wondering, we have this place here, and I think this little zoo here fits in perfectly. So we'll plonk it in there. It's like it's meant to be. Look at that. It's just a tiny little thing. Down near from the UK, we had a little zoo thing set up on the coast, where the penguins sort of wandered around by your feet and stuff. But it was really cool. So that's kind of what I imagine this to be like. Like some penguins and some seabirds. So not a big zoo. We haven't actually got a proper zoo yet, zoo park. We'll get that sorted out at some point soon, maybe in another episode coming up. But I'm going to bring out the metro line to this stop over here. I'm clicking on here. Surely we can have... There we go, that's got it. I forget sometimes you have to press shift to get that stop to get in there. So there we go, that's got that line coming over there. Nice. Got a few fish farms set up. And that'll be a nice little area. So anyway, as this keeps going on, let's have a look and see how our tourists are doing after we have our new tourist island. So we were starting at 3,800, 300, 3,900 area. We're up at 4,500. So we've had quite a big jump actually, which is good. Lots more people coming to the city, which is always good. Get some more tourists coming through. And I think even here, if we start putting in these bus routes, we've got a lot of purple forming in this area. All these unique buildings coming on, which is nice. Still need to get some electricity over to this sea fortress. I'll just pop in a garden or something down the end here. Well, we'll have a beach volleyball. There we go. That should now have the electricity down over there. So that's got that sorted. So all is good. I think this would be a good place to leave it now. We've boosted our tourists a long way, which was our aim. I don't think we have significantly more people coming through the airport. We'll go have a look, see what that's on. So here it is, 972. It's so fluctuating, it doesn't really matter. I mean, we've had an absolute metric poo ton come through. That's over 500,000 tourists through our airport already, which is nice. But yeah, that number does fluctuate. It's been up, I think into the 4,000s. It's been down to the mid hundreds. So a huge range. But it's been a lot's happened this episode. It's taken a long time to do it. Oop, there's happy people there. I'm gonna have a look at some of these nice details in this area coming through here. I think this is looking good. Got some nice rocky walls and stuff. Fish farms coming on, some trees. I'll put a bit more treeage in over here. This bit here, just fill it in with a few trees. There we go. And that will be the last act for this episode. So until next time, enjoy the rest of your day. Assuming it wasn't I. I was saying enjoy your next. As I was saying, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Until then, ciao.